Hello, future Rossies and pre-med explorers. This is Milena Garcia, your host for Ross University Checking the Pulse, a pre-med podcast. This is our mini podcast featuring facts and information about our medical program, insights from current students, and tips from practicing physicians. Each week, this podcast will be broken down in small episodes, focusing on one aspect of our program, also having guests talk about their own experiences as students and as doctors. Match Day 2022. Once Ross students receive their MD degree, they embark on their path to residency. Each year, hundreds of our graduates receive the news that they have reached their goal and matched at leading hospitals across the US and Canada. The majority of our graduates secure residencies through the National Resident Matching Program. With more than 15,000 alumni, we're inspired every day by the difference they are making in the world. Initial results from the March 18th National Resident Matching Program show yet another strong year for Ross graduates, with a 95% first-time eligible residency attainment rate so far. Congratulations to all who attained residency positions this year. In this episode, we will chat with three of our recent grads who matched in the cycle: Doctors Alizatu Koroma, Atousa Jahanshahi, and Soraya Djadjo. Welcome back, future Rossies. Thanks for joining us again. In this episode, we're going to be talking about some really unique paths to medical school. Joining me, I have three recent grads from Ross. Congratulations on matching, first of all, ladies. I'm very excited to have you here with us and hear a little bit more about your stories. So let's have a moment to have you introduce yourselves. Dr. Koroma, we'll start with you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Alizatu Koroma. I was born in Sierra Leone during the time of the Civil War. I came to the US when I was 10, and I went to undergrad at the University of Texas at Arlington. I did my bachelor's in medical laboratory science, and I worked before I decided to go to medical school.
Dr. Djadjo, thank you for joining us. Let's hear about your story.
Thank you for having us. My name is Dr. Soraya Djadjo. I was born and raised in Cameroon, West Africa. Came to the US when I was about 15, 16. Went to undergrad at Georgia State University, so I'm a Panther. We have the best weather, by the way, all four seasons. My major was in chemistry and minor in biology.
And Dr. Jahanshahi?
Hi, so my name is Atousa Jahanshahi. I'm Iranian. I moved here when I was 15. I went to Penn State for undergrad. That's it.
All right. And thank you again for being here. It's very exciting to hear your stories. So, each one of you has a very unique path, sounds like. So I want to give you the opportunity to share your story. Dr. Koroma, tell us about your journey to medical school.
Sure. Well, after undergrad, I worked as a medical laboratory scientist. And during that, I did a lot of blood transfusion, massive transfusion. And I just knew that I needed to do more for the patient and I need to learn more. So I took the MCAT. And with that, the first time did not go so well. I did not qualify for the US Medical School or the year school. I took it again, even did shadowing, did more volunteering. My GPA was a 3.9 and still did not qualify. Then I went to Google. I was like, how do I get to medical school? This is not my dream. It gotta happen. And Ross came up and I applied and I got in, and Ross gave me that opportunity. They opened the door for me. And because of that, I was like, I knew I had to do 110% to get where I am today. And that's what I did.
Dr. Djadjo, what was unique about your journey through medical school?
So after undergrad, decided to go to medical school. What's unique is I was a transfer to Ross University, and it was an amazing experience. So Ross, the transfer wasn't, it was challenging, but Ross made it so easy. They, I can say, held my hands all the way through the process of transferring, all the way through the process of adapting to what they have to offer. And they guided me through my last 2 years. And I'm truly grateful for being a part of Ross.
And Dr. Jahanshahi, what was unique about your journey through medical school?
So after undergrad, I knew from the beginning, I always knew that I wanted to do medicine. But like Ali, my scores weren't that good. My GPA was very high, but I couldn't get into a MD school. And I didn't want to do DO because there was a chance that I was gonna go back to my country and they don't accept DO. So I was like, yeah, I definitely need to do MD, and Ross was an option. And I'm glad and I'm grateful for the opportunity that Ross gave me. I got to travel a lot. I did my rotations in different states. I lived in Chicago, Maryland, Texas, Florida, and I met nice people. I went to different hospitals. It's just the experience is wonderful.
You all have such different stories. This is great. It's a great representation, I think, of our student body. Everyone has a story, right? I feel like we really do hear it when you sit down with us doing the interviews. We want to hear your stories, and here's 3 really unique examples of it. And now here's where you are today, March 2022, right? The week after match. Congratulations to all 3 of you.
Yeah.
This is what matters, right? This is what your story that you just told culminated to. Congratulations. I recognize you. I recognize your hard work, your resilience, your grit, not giving up, overcoming your obstacles. My goodness, look at all these things that you have accomplished so far. So let's talk about your match experience. Dr. Jadjo, how was your match experience?
The match experience in general is a little bit daunting. So
we hear that often. I think terrifying is the word that we hear. Yes. Why is that?
It is a long process. I believe approximately 6 months, where you have to apply to programs you want to go, wait for interviews, as you stress out and lose all your hair and whatnot. And you go through the interview process, and then you stress out again and lose your hair trying to wait for the matching. So it is it's an interesting experience. But again, I am truly grateful for Ross because I can say they held my hand. So it's not like you just go in there by your own. They prepare you before the match. They say, hey, this is what to expect. And then before the process, they say, okay, this is what we have to offer. We offer mock interviews, and they assign you advisors and whatnot to kind of guide you through the process based on your score, based on your interest. They say, this is what you should do. This is what you can do. So they kind of guide you through the process so you're not alone, because it can be very challenging and daunting. So, and they offer mock interviews not only with alumni, but you get the opportunity to interview with the chairs, which is interesting. So depending on what you want to go into, you can get the chair from the department, kind of prep you for interviews. So that was really, truly helpful. And I'm truly grateful for us for such an opportunity, because it made my process a little bit more bearable.
And where did you match?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
For what?
Family medicine at Phoebe Pitney, Atlanta, Georgia.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dr. Koroma, how was your match experience?
My match experience is, first, I'm the first doctor in my family, so I did not know anything. It's yes, just Googling and being on Reddit, get off Reddit. But I applied, and my first interview I got, it was terrible. I didn't know how to interview. So Ross offered the mock interview. I chose that. Ross also have a lot of like alumni, and the alumni really helped me. They became my mentor. They're the one that I went to, like, how would you answer this interview question? They were able to connect me to different program directors that in different programs. And I think that really helped and build my confidence a lot, because I know I have the support behind me to just help with my journey and get to match day.
And where did you match?
I match at Trident Medical Center in South Carolina. as surgery.
All right.
Mhm.
Dr. Jahanshahi, how was your match experience?
It was scary. It was a long process. It started before, like, even 9 months ago, maybe even like farther than that, because I had to go to a lot of open houses, virtual open houses. Some of them, Ross actually planned them for us. So after that, I applied and then I got interviews. As Dr. Jajo said, I never felt like I'm alone. There were opportunities for mock interviews and things like that. And then at the end, when I was making my rank list, so rank list, how it works is it's an algorithm. It's a very complicated algorithm, but to put it in simple terms, it's like you rank your list of the programs you have. Let's say you have 5 interviews, 10 interviews, 20 interviews. You put your number 1 to your number 20th. And then the programs do the same thing too. They put their number 1 candidate to the last one they have, or how many they want. And then if your number 1 matches their number 1, you match. So that's how the match process works. If your number 1 doesn't pick you, but your number 2 picks you, you might get that one. So, but you have to be thoughtful about how you want to make your list. They say put your favorite one, but still you have to be smart about it. So I got help from school, like how to do it. So I had people like to help me brainstorm, see what I actually like, to hear me. I didn't feel left out. I didn't feel alone. Nobody really forced me or pushed me to do anything. They just heard me and helped me do what I want to do.
And where did you match?
So Albert Einstein, Pennsylvania.
For what specialty?
Internal medicine.
Congratulations. And this is super exciting. I think all 3 of you are first generation doctors, correct?
Yes, we are.
Congratulations. It is very exciting. I hope everyone listening understands how important match day is. I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a medical student, but I hear often that after the day that you heard about your acceptance to medical school, match date is the most important day of your career, correct? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to highlight your accomplishments here and share your stories. One last question for all 3 of you. If you by any chance have any advice for our future Rossies. And Dr. Jahanshahi, we'll start with you.
So one thing I didn't know is that, like, in other countries, when you do medical school, you can practice. But in the US, you have to do residency. And it's important which school you choose to help you get into the residency. And I can tell that Ross actually helps you. And a lot of the Rosses, they end up getting into residency so they can actually practice medicine. So it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm not telling anybody where to apply or anything like that, but I think it's something important to consider.
And our match list will be posted on our website. We already have 15 years already posted there. So everyone go check it out. 2022 is being uploaded as we speak, as we verify with the alumni where they're going. So there will be more updates. So please feel free to check it at any time. Dr. Koroma, any advice for our future Rossies?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you guys are gonna hear from different people, but go with your gut. This is a long process. It's a marathon. You have to do it for yourself. So go where it's gonna best support you and support your dream and get you to where you need to be.
Thank you. And Dr. Djadjo, any suggestions or advice for our future Rossies?
To kind of piggyback on what Dr. Koroma said, like I always tell people that medical school is not a sprint. It's not about who gets there first. It's a marathon. It's about getting there. So everybody has their own pace. Everybody has their own journey. As long as you stay focused on why you chose to be a physician, and focus on that when things get tough, but they will get tough. Focus on that and surround yourself with people who are like-minded. Sometimes when we surround ourselves, I don't want to say the wrong people, but people who are not thinking in the same direction we want to go, it kind of pulls us back. So surround yourself with people who are like-minded and who are positive. because there's already a lot of negativity in this world. So you want to surround yourself with a lot of people who will encourage you to say you can do it, keep going. How can we do better? So your surrounding, your support system, and stay focused on your goal.
Thank you. Great advice from all three of you. Great stories from all three of you. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations once again. We are 100% proud of you. You represent who we are, and I thank you. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Ross University Checking the Pulse, a pre-med podcast. This is Milena Garcia, your host. This podcast is made for you, so let me know what topics you want us to cover on future episodes. You can send me your comments, feedbacks, and requests to mgarcia@rossu.edu. Definitely follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and our YouTube channel at Ross Med School or on Facebook. If you're listening to this podcast on iTunes, I am working my way to 5 stars, so remember to send me your comments and let me know your ideas. If you're on Spotify, remember to click on the follow button to get our future episodes. All right, see you future Rossies and Pre-Med Explorers next week.